Hello everybody, Sergeant Soldier here back with How to Rust, and today we're looking at a build from my good friend Byter, and this one is specifically for you vanilla solo players. Now, that doesn't mean that a duo or a three-person group can't use this base. Of course they can. It'll be a little tight, and you might have to work a few things around with the loot room, but it'll still work. Also, that doesn't mean that this wouldn't work on a modded server. However, I wouldn't recommend it, because typically on most modded servers, people have a lot more C4, and adding extra walls wouldn't be enough to protect your loot. However, after I post this video, I will be posting a modded version, just so that you modded guys can have a little bit of a different design, but it won't be quite the same as this one. Also, you'll notice that I have a higher foundation. This build has two different styles. It is a high foundation and a low foundation. The higher foundation allows you for more honeycombing in your squares, which doesn't make a lot of sense now, but you'll see. The lower foundation, it doesn't really account for as much. So, depending on how you want to do it, it's completely up to you. Obviously, if you have high foundations, it's a little bit easier for them to blow the C4 on the foundation than it is on the wall, and then they'll be able to penetrate deeper into the base. So, a little bit of pro and con there. However you guys want to do it, feel free to do so. Also, at some point in this video, I'll be posting the values for crafting, whether it's upgraded wood, stone, or sheet metal. So, Editor Solj, make sure you do that at some point, like right now. Starting off, what we have here is just a square. Now, I chose the higher square because I want to do the extra honeycombing. In order to get up there, I need a stair. I already know I can't jump. From here, you want to make sure to put your tool cupboard down right in the center. Because if you do it later on, there's a good chance it's not going to go, and you're going to have to tear parts down, and it's not going to be good. So once you have your square down, basically you just put triangles going all the way around like so. Next, take a square foundation and put it to either the left or the right side. Can't be both. It has to be left or right going all the way around. So there, there, and there. Now, after that, you take a triangle and you put it at the end of the square, and in between the square and the other triangle, so it fills the gap. So just like this, and it gives you this really nice, cool looking ninja star pattern. Now from here, we're going to go all the way around and we're going to add our walls. When you get to these triangles that are at the end of the square, just go ahead and cap those off, because that's really all they're good for, is just adding that extra one wall of honeycombing. So really, that's their only purpose. So let's just cap them off now. Now, when you get to your last wall, for you guys that are on vanilla, of course you're going to be building in Twig. I'm on the Bob the Builder creative server, so I'm able to upgrade straight to stone. But for you guys, it's a little bit easier to destroy things. I have to use the remove tool, and if I'm going to use the remove tool, I might as well just upgrade it straight to stone to make it look good. So for you guys, place a doorway just to make it easier on yourselves, and then once you're done, rip the doorway down and replace it with a wall. So going back to the middle, our next step is to take a wall and go to our squares and go to the right side, place the wall facing left. So it's facing the outside. Now, once we do all this, I'll show you exactly why it has to be faced that way. Like that and like that. From here, take your hammer or your hatchet or whatever and remove the squares except for the middle one. You do not want to remove the middle one because our tool cupboard's on that one. Now, take a wall, jump down, place your wall, and then rotate it. Obviously, because this is a honeycombed area, you want your armored side of your walls facing out towards the outside. That's why this wall had to be placed the one direction. If you were to, say, reverse this and have it be facing the other direction, there is still a chance that the raider will know about the soft side pick, and they'll be able to pick your wall down as if it was nothing. At the time of recording this, it still works. So we're just going to keep assuming that it's going to work till they fix it. From here, what you're going to do is you're going to look up, and you're going to place yourself 4 roofs, and it can be tricky sometimes, so just kind of move around a little bit and just keep spamming that mouse button. Duck under, and then replace your foundation. You're going to do that all the way around. This is the reason why we chose the higher foundation, simply because you need to be able to get underneath the foundation level and under this wall in order to go in and out. So we could probably lower it probably about another foot or so, but that's up to you guys as to how you want to do it. So we'll add these roofs in, and our last foundation, and now we're going to go over here. We're going to do it again, and again, and again, and again. So a little bit of fast forwarding now, kind of speed this up. Okay, all of our foundations are placed. We're now going to go back to our door, like so. Remove the stairs, remove the doorway, place it with the wall. Now, the easiest thing to do at this point is to get on top of your tool cupboard if you can. I can't. So we're going to place the stair there. And then remove the stair, because we don't need the stair. I mean, you can keep it if you want to, but don't need it. And now we're going to kind of tiptoe our way in and place... I didn't want you there. We're going to place all of our triangle walls. You can do it from the top of the tool cupboard if you place it in the center. Just be very careful not to fall down, because once you're inside there, you're pretty much screwed. So jumping up, we now have all of our squares filled with a roof. At this point, you can go ahead and throw a floor on top of the tool cupboard, because you don't need to access anymore. As long as you have build permission, or whoever's living with you has build permission, it's pretty much it. It's done. You don't want to fall into there. So from here, we're going to actually move on to the second portion of the build over there, and I'll show you how to continue with the build process and to really get it beefed up. And up we go. Whee! Alright, so for this point, there's 3 different ways to do this. Number 1, you can leave these triangles empty like this. This is the way that I prefer to do it, simply because it gives you more options for your second floor. So, like so, bam bam, 2 triangle floors. Number 2, you could add a roof to the inside triangle. Now this gives you a little bit more tankiness in terms of honeycombing. Basically, it's just a little bit more C4 depending on which way they come. If they come through all of this whole mess, if they blow through this wall, then they blow through that wall there. It's just, you know, more that they have to hit. If they blow through the side of the triangle here, you know, sometimes they'll hit that wall, they'll be able to go through it. Other times they won't. The only problem though is if they end up getting into this triangle here, they can essentially use the roof as a ramp to just go straight up into the second floor of your base. That's why I don't prefer to use it. Also for this reason, you can't place a triangle floor over it. You can do the empty one, but the one at the roof, it just won't go. So if they're able to blow into this little triangle honeycombed room, they're essentially able to just walk straight up. And you definitely don't want that. The last option is having 2 roofs in there. And just like the last one, the floor will not go. So it's pretty much open game. If they get in there, they're going straight up. Also, if they get on the outside here, you're able to see a little spot here that kind of hangs off. And if there's 2 of them, they're going to be able to buddy jump up, and then they're going to be able to walk straight to your second floor and just start blasting without wasting anything on the bottom floor. All that honeycombing goes to waste, and it's not worth it at that point. So let me run back around here, because I don't want to use flight, because I'm on Bob the Builder, and flight here sucks. So my recommendation is to use 2 empties and just put floors over them. It's completely up to you. That's just what I think you should do. Now from here, you're actually able to put squares over these roof segments like that. I don't know why squares work and triangles don't. It's kind of weird. And then you throw some triangles up on the outside, like so. And like that. And this part's pretty much done. What we're going to do now is we're going to throw up our walls like so, and we're going to actually take that over into the third build. So yep. Alright, that was fun. Up we go. Now, I've added a door onto this, whoa, rubber band. I've added a door onto the second level. This is how you get into the base. The first level is nothing but pure honeycomb. So basically what you got to do is to get into it, you're going to have to build twig, a floor, and then either a floor or foundation, and then a stair. And then when you get inside, you have to bust both the stair and the foundation in order to prevent people from being able to get in. Now, with the way that everything works with the game, you know, if you have the right height like this, even if they were to end up having 2 people and blowing the door up here, they're not going to be able to buddy jump up on top of each other. If they have a third one, maybe. But it's really difficult to do, and not a lot of raiders know how to do it. But if you leave your foundation down there twig, and you don't remove it, they'll definitely be able to get up. So don't do that. Now, we have all the walls added on the inside here. This is pretty much the end of the build. What we're going to do now is going to do a little bit of honeycombing, and then we're going to start a loot room. So, first of all, we're going to go through, and we're going to add the right wall to these squares again, after we add the back of the triangle. So right wall, and right wall. Alright. Now, you're probably wondering, well, why do you add the right wall? Why don't you add, this other missing wall here? For one very good reason. Because when you add a roof, if I could do it, if I can do it, come on, let me do it. Oop, there we go. If you add a roof, and they end up blowing through the second floor of this triangle, they're going to have to blow 2C4 on this wall here, and then 2C4 on that wall there. Yes, you're going to end up losing your roof, but that's just the way that it is. So it's essentially 4C4 to get into this room, 6 to get through here. Now, if you were to place the roof against this wall, what's going to end up happening is, if they end up blowing through here, which I can't with the hammer, so shoot. If they blow through this wall, it's going to break the roof, and it's going to give them free access to this room, and it's basically going to mean 2 less C4 for your honeycombing. And on a vanilla server, the difference of 2 C4 could be huge. So, with that, I recommend doing it this way, but it's your build. Feel free to do it however you want. So, for this, I'm just going to go ahead and add all these roofs in. Come on, give it. Oh, I saw you turn blue. No. Give me the right one. Give me the right. I saw it. I saw it. Thank you. And last. Come on. You can do it. Come on. Come on. Just give me the blue. Oh, you were there. No. I want that one. Give me this one. No, the back one. Come on. Come on. No, not that one. Oh, this is such a pain. Sometimes it's really easy, and other times it's really not easy. I don't want to say it's hard, because just placing the roof is easy. It's frustrating because it won't go. Yeah, I got it. Oh, yes. All right. Now, from here, we're going to add 2 more doorways so that we have 3 doors here. It's going to be tight when you end up walking through. Yeah, it's going to suck probably, but you need these 3 doors so that, if anything else, it's still going to cost 6 C4 to get through this area. Now you add a bunch of walls to these outer triangles, and at this point, you now have a square and 3 triangles to work with. So, let's see what we can do. First, we're going to make... Where are my furnaces? There they are. We're going to make, let's do 6 furnaces. Sounds like a good number, right? Well, you're probably wondering, Sergeant Souls, how am I going to fit 6 furnaces in there? Well, you do 1 right there, and 1 right there, and 1 right there, and 1 right there. Just like that. See? Piece of cake. 1 right there, and 1 right there. Not too bad. That'll give us enough. So next, what we're going to need to do is, if I can find it. Where's my shelf? There's my shelf. You can add a shelf in here, as well as a couple chests. Let's do a first aid chest and an ammo chest, because I like these chests a lot. Alright, now, the way that I do it is like this. You could do it however way you want, but I like doing it this way because it still allows me to access my furnaces, and it gives me a little bit of room for chests. So, obviously it's a little difficult. It's easiest if you find your way on top of the shelf like this, and then just kind of walk the chests in. Come on, there we go. Way back. Alright. I don't want it to poke through the wall. Come on. Give me a good spot. Give me a good spot. Oh, whoa. Okay. I think that'll work, actually. I don't think we're poking through the wall. So we now have 6 furnaces and 2 chests. If you want to add another chest, let's just add a default. You are able to do so. Just go ahead and throw it down like right here. Like that. And you can still access these furnaces, and then you're able to access these furnaces on the side. I wouldn't recommend adding another large chest. If you want to add another one, it'd probably be better just to do a small. Because if you do another large chest underneath there, you're really not going to have a whole lot of room. So, adding another chest. Let's go ahead and add you there. And we'll make another small, because we got room for it. Alright, and right there. There we go. So we now have technically 5 chests, 3 large, 2 small. We have 6 furnaces. And if I wanted to add something different, like let's say I wanted to cook some meat and I needed a campfire, there's actually enough room to squeeze the campfire in right there. And then you can jump on top of it to access your furnaces if you have to and whatnot. And then from this point, basically you're just going to finish up the roof and just go across. So, just going to go like this, that, 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 like that, and that, and that, and that, that, and that, and that, and that. Now, this is pretty much it for the base. So any of the numbers that you would have been shown previously are going to reflect this build, excluding the chests and the furnaces and whatnot. Just the building itself will be reflected. However, if they're able to get on top of your base and C4 down, it's still going to only cost them 2 C4. That's a weakness. The one thing that I would suggest, even for the vanilla, is to actually honeycomb a 3rd layer. Like so. Oh, I forgot that floor there. Just go ahead and honeycomb yourself a 3rd layer. Like so. So the reason you're doing this is even if they get onto your roof and they start blowing down, they're going to hit essentially a honeycombed layer of floor. Because that's all the 3rd floor is just honeycomb. So at this point, if you were able to, we're going to try this. See if we can get something to stand on and get these roofs to go. Don't hold your breath, because it probably won't happen. I don't think we're going to be able to get more than one. Can we remove this one? Ooh. Let's give it a try. Basically, I'm just experimenting right now, trying to see what we can do with adding more roofs. Let me up. Let me up. Let me up. Thank you. No. Alright, we'll just do it the normal way. I was trying to see what we can do, but that's okay. We'll make it work. So, just like before, we're going to take our roofs and place them like so. Throw our roof up. Throw our wall up. Roof. Wall. And roof. And wall. And roof. And wall. Wall, 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 wall. Wall, wall, wall. Alright. I'll put this stair here. Remove said stair. Are you rotated? Yes, you are. And then we go ahead and we cap all this off. And even if they were to blow through the center up here, the very, very top floor, what they're going to end up having to do is they're just going to have to blow through again. And at least at this point, they're using 6C4, they're using 4C4 instead of 6C4, but it's always better than the 2C4 if you had not added this extra layer up here. So it looks like everything's good. Now for the center, if you want, if you're able to do it, I would recommend, where is it? Where is it? Where's my metal? There it is. Adding a metal barricade. Just so that it's another thing for them to deal with if they're trying to blow straight down. It can be an issue getting them to place. Not gonna lie. They're not very easy. And they're very stubborn. But there is a spot. There's only one little spot where they seem to catch. And I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get it. Oh, don't fall. Don't fall. I don't think we're gonna be able to get it. Okay. We're not able to get it. Well, that makes me sound dumb. Just seal it up, call it a day. So from this point, broke my legs. We now have ourselves a real nice solo base. You don't have to add the 3rd layer like I did, but it'll just make it a little bit more beefy from the top. You have some good foundations. You have some good honeycombing on the 1st floor. Your 2nd floor is about half honeycombed. And you have yourself a decent loot room inside of here. And for vanilla players, from what I'm told, this is actually a really solid build. So I hope you guys like this build. Thank you to Byter for showing it to me and giving me the suggestion of doing it like this. If you want to see more stuff like this, please let me know. I will try to figure some more stuff out or find people that know some really cool stuff. And if you're looking forward to the modded, tweaked version, please let me know in the comments as well, and I will try to get that out as soon as possible. So, Sergeant Solj, How to Rust, and we're going to call this the Little Tanky Solo Vanilla Base, or Duo Base, or Community, whatever you want to call it, whatever server you're from, and we'll see you in the next How to Rust video. Bye-bye! Thank you for watching How to Rust, a series for new players to the game of Rust. If you have any ideas for future episodes that could be useful to new players, please feel free to leave a comment in the comments section of this video.